Team, questions and queries. Can you lose weight or build a fantastic body off 15-minute workouts? If you do 4 in a day, probably. But you've got to think about why we are doing the exercise that we're doing. If it's a 15-minute walk, that could help. If you do a 15-minute walk in the morning, 15 in the evening, that's 30 minutes total a day. Not a bad little notch on the belt if you're trying to drop weight, ladies. Yeah, if we say 15-minute morn, night, it can help. Can help a little bit. If, let's say, we did a 5 sets push-ups, 5 sets squats, will it get you the results that you want, though? No, it won't. Okay, that's the long and short of it, essentially. So you've got 15 minutes here, yeah, it'll help. 5 sets of push-ups, yeah, it'll help. 5 sets of squats, yeah, it'll help. And that's like 15 minutes here, 15 there, 15 there, there. If we add all that up, it's probably about an hour of exercise, but it's not broken down or directed in a way that's gonna give any sort of intensity that's going to lead to some changes. And this is the key factor. It's a 2-part answer. A lot of people get this wrong. Why do we exercise? 1 or 2 main reasons why we exercise, right? If we lift weights, we want to get stronger and we want to put on muscle. So there's 2 outcomes from the one sort of prescription, let's say. If we're doing cardio as exercise, most people want to burn fat or get fit. There's a couple of outcomes and a couple of ways we can solve these problems. So can you lose weight with 15-minute workouts? The answer is yes. Is it optimal? No. What do we do when we train weights? And why are we doing a 15-minute workout? Or why are we trying to do this to fill a gap? Well, if we're lifting weights in a 15-minute window, we're trying to get stronger and we're trying to put on muscle. Is that enough time, 15 minutes? No. In a day? Absolutely not. 2 times a day? Probably still no. You'd hit your ceiling very, very fast in terms of what you're capable of. Cardio, same thing. You can do HIIT session, 15 minutes. That might give you that might give you better outcomes. If we're doing 15 minutes, say, of sprints, really high intensity work. But again, you'll reach a ceiling pretty fast. Where most people go wrong is they try and put the burn fat category for weights and cardio. So they group everything up into one thing. So they think, hey, 15-minute workout, if I do weights and cardio, same thing, I'm gonna burn a lot of fat. It's like killing no birds and throwing 2 stones. You don't get it. You get the worst of the worst and you don't get the best of the best. So we need to rewire our thinking when it comes to this. If we rewire our thinking, we think exercise is for strength, muscle, well-being. As your diet, let's say if we're trying to burn, let's say if we go cardio, reason why cardio isn't for fat loss is because it's very easy to eat 600 calories, takes 3 minutes, but to burn 600 calories can take 45, depending on how big of a person you are, to 90 minutes. And that's a lot more inefficient. So that's why we need to rewire our thinking. Exercise shouldn't be done in 15-minute bouts. If you can only do 15 minutes of exercise every day, it's better than nothing, but you probably need to work on your priorities and what you're setting out to do for the day. Cardio should be last, in my humble opinion, before weights. Because strength, muscle growth, and well-being are much better outcomes than like burning through 200 calories. It's pretty inefficient, right? You can just not eat 200 calories and save yourself 15 to 20 minutes. But this you cannot replace. Hope this kind of makes sense. This is why I would avoid doing 15-minute workouts, because exercise is more for strength, muscle, and well-being. Cardio shouldn't be for fat loss. It should just be for general fitness and well-being. Most people assume it's for fat loss. And I just think that line of thinking is just really silly. If we're thinking 15-minute bouts of exercise, it's not enough. However, it should be good for supplementary stuff, for walking, that sort of thing. But outside of that, I don't think 15-minute workouts are going to be beneficial for you at all. You need to work on restructuring your timetable and allowing for more time to be spent on things that matter, like lifting weights and maybe doing a little bit of cardio, but probably lifting weights. Hope this video helps, and if it didn't, team, if you like that video, be sure to click here for your next video or here for something that you may like, all that sort of stuff. And make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you get all our videos. We make at least 1 video daily on a different topic. See you on the next one.